Because of a combination of unfavorable geographic and climatic conditions, restricted economic opportunities, and historical settlement patterns, the United States dead zones continue to be sparsely populated. Knowing these dead zones highlights the varied and frequently difficult environments that influence where and how people live, offering insight into the larger patterns of settlement and development in the United States. Which areas of the United States are dead zones, where people don't want to live? We'll recruit a few of them. Number 12. The Great Basin. It includes a portion of California, Nevada, and Utah. The Great Basin is an arid area with harsh winters and scorching summers, making it difficult to practice agriculture and lead a normal life. Rugged mountains and vast desert valleys dominate the landscape, which adds to the low population. Water scarcity is a serious problem since there aren't enough natural water resources to support extensive agricultural operations and residential developments. Numerous valuable mineral resources such as gold and silver can be found in the Great Basin, which stimulates some economic activity related to mining. There is some small-scale agriculture, but it is restricted because of water scarcity. As a result, the mining industry dominates the economy, with few other sectors able to survive in the hostile climate. There are few settlements, most of which are made up of tiny towns and remote villages. It is one of the most sparsely populated areas in the country due to the difficult living conditions and restricted economic opportunities. Number 11. The Badlands. The Badlands, which are primarily in South Dakota but also stretch into North Dakota, are renowned for their eroded topography, which includes deep gorges, rough hills, and steep canyons. Extreme temperature variations from scorching summers to bitterly cold winters characterize the harsh climate. Agriculture and large-scale development are difficult in this harsh and unforgiving terrain. Due to its distinctive geological formations, Badlands National Park attracts tourists, which contributes significantly to the economy. There is some ranching activity as well, but it is restricted because of the difficult terrain. The economy thus relies heavily on tourism and small-scale agricultural activities. The population is sparse, with small towns scattered throughout the region. The harsh climate and challenging terrain contribute to the low population density, as few people choose to live in such an inhospitable environment. Number 10. Alaskan Interior. The Alaskan interior, which includes central Alaska, is known for its intense cold, long, hard winters, and brief summers. Permafrost and isolated wilderness predominate in the area, making daily living and construction exceedingly difficult. Economic activity. The majority of the region's economic activity is driven by its substantial oil fields, especially in Prudhoe Bay. In addition to bringing in adventurers and nature lovers, tourism boosts the economy. Nevertheless, a large population cannot be supported by these activities alone. There are few tiny towns and aboriginal villages, and the communities are extremely remote. There is a very low population density due to the harsh climate and difficult living conditions, with the majority of people living in a few remote settlements. Number 9. The Mojave Desert. The Mojave Desert, which is located in southeast California and stretches into Nevada, Arizona, and Utah, is well known for having exceptionally hot summers and mild winters with little to no precipitation. Sand dunes and craggy mountains characterize the desert landscape, which makes large-scale development challenging. Attractions like Joshua Tree National Park and Death Valley National Park attract tourists, which contributes significantly to the economy. Edwards Air Force Base and other aerospace and military facilities are located in the area. Large residential populations are not supported by these activities, though there are military installations and sporadic small towns throughout the sparsely populated area. Number 8. The Great Plains. Covers portions of North and South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, and more, stretching from the Rocky Mountains to the Mississippi River. Extreme weather is common in the Great Plains, with scorching summers, chilly winters, and sporadic droughts. The land is suitable for large-scale agriculture due to its generally flat to gently rolling plains, but it is also vulnerable to dust storms. The main industry in the area is agriculture, and it is a significant producer of cattle, wheat, and corn. Because of the region's abundance of wind, the Great Plains are also witnessing growth in the wind energy industry. The vast plains are home to small towns and rural communities that make up the sparse population. Number 7. The High Plains. A section of Texas, New Mexico, Colorado, Kansas, Nebraska, Wyoming, South Dakota, and Montana comprise the western portion of the Great Plains. The High Plains endure notable temperature extremes and little precipitation. Much like the Great Plains, limited water resources in the elevated plains pose a challenge to large-scale development. Cattle ranching and drill and farming are supported in the area. In some places, there are also some operations related to the extraction of gas and oil. Even with these economic endeavors, population growth is constrained by the unforgiving environment. dispersed across the high plains or small towns and rural communities. Number 6. The Northern Rockies. The Northern Rockies, which are found in portions of Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, and eastern Washington, are renowned for having severe winters with a lot of snowfall and pleasant summers. Because of the region's steep mountains, untamed landscape, and thick forests, large-scale development is difficult. With visitors drawn to national parks like Yellowstone and Glacier, tourism is a significant economic activity. There are also some logging and mineral extraction operations in the area. Nevertheless, a sizable residential population is not supported by these industries. Number 5. The Colorado Plateau. The Colorado Plateau, which is geographically divided into Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, and Colorado, is distinguished by an arid to semi-arid climate with wide variations in temperature. Development is challenging due to the dramatic landscapes found in the area, which include buttes, mesas, and canyons. Attractions like the Grand Canyon Arches and Canyonlands National Parks attract tourists, which contribute significantly to the economy. In addition, there is some mining activity related to coal and uranium extraction. There are tiny towns and Native American reservations dispersed across the area, and the population is low. Number 4. The Everglades. The Everglades, located in southern Florida, have a tropical climate with distinct wet and dry seasons. There are a lot of wetlands in the area, including swamps and marshes, which makes large-scale development difficult. Due to its value for outdoor recreation, Everglades National Park is a major hub for tourism. There is also agriculture, mainly sugarcane and tropical fruit farming, but it is restricted by the wetlands. Due to environmental protection, there is little development and a low population along with difficult living conditions. Number 3. The Ozarks. The Ozarks, which are located in southern Missouri, northern Arkansas, eastern Oklahoma, and southeast Kansas, are renowned for having hot summers and moderate winters due to their humid subtropical climate. Development in the area is difficult due to the karst topography, which includes many caves, springs, and rocky hills. Branson, Missouri, and outdoor activities are major draws for tourists who make up a sizable portion of the economy. Additionally, there is little farming and wood production. The area is sparsely populated, with rural communities and small towns dispersed all over it. There are few economic opportunities and difficult terrain, which all contribute to the low population density. Number 2. The Arctic Coastal Plain. The Arctic Coastal Plain, which stretches from the Brooks Range to the Arctic Ocean in northern Alaska, is known for its bitterly cold winters when temperatures frequently fall below 30 degrees Fahrenheit. There are many lakes and rivers, permafrost, and tundra in the landscape. The winters are long and dark, and the short summers are characterized by constant daylight. In this area, especially in the Prudhoe Bay area, oil extraction is the main economic activity. Other forms of economic development are challenging due to the harsh climate and difficult terrain. There is a small amount of tourism mostly focused on Arctic exploration and wildlife. Number 1. The Four Corners region. Geographically, at the intersection of Arizona, Colorado, Utah, New Mexico, and New Mexico. This area has a varied terrain with mountain ranges, high plateaus, and arid deserts. From dry desert conditions to alpine settings in the mountains, the climate varies greatly. Severe weather such as thunderstorms and snow at higher altitudes is also common in the area. There aren't many economic activities in the Four Corners area, though there is some tourism centered around natural and cultural landmarks like Monument Valley and Mesa Verde National Park. In addition, some minerals are extracted such as coal and uranium. These areas remain sparsely populated due to a combination of harsh living conditions, limited economic opportunities, and challenging environments, highlighting the complex factors that shape human settlement patterns in the United States. Please subscribe to our channel for more similar content and hit the like button.